I'm perusing through nextdoor.com, and I find this one article. And the first thing it starts off with is I just see is topless in the front yard. I'm like, huh? I'm like, honey, have you heard about this? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, according to this, there is somebody who is going topless weekly in their front yard, and they've got really big boobs. And my wife's like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. The neighbors want you to wear your shirt when you mow the lawn now.
Okay, that's one of your better ones.
You know, at first I was going to be like, but then I was going to be like, and then I felt sad.
I've seen police departments warning people about people like you.
You know, in Maryland, they have a thing like right now where, like in Tanleytown, I think, where somebody like the police had to remind people like, if you're getting your mail, wear pants.
That made national news.
It made national news. So, you know, it could be worse.
Listen. I know. I think she was just trying to tell me I need to hit the gym. I know it. It's.
We all need to hit the gym after 2 months of stay at home.
I mean, I don't want to talk myself up, but I've been working out every day. I'm just throwing it out there.
Without the Planet Fitness free pizza, like.
I don't understand that. Don't even get me started on that. Why would they do that? The people coming in there are so like
script. You go there, you lose the weight, you gain another pound, you have to come back again, you renew the membership, meet the target date.
Think about it. You're gonna buy a pizza. Why not buy a pizza and get access to a gym?
It's devious, man. Like some of those people, like they're in there, they're struggling to go to the gym, let alone like show up for a fucking pizza party.
You can die on the treadmill.
I mean, I would hopefully you do the treadmill first and then go get your slice of pizza, and you feel so bad about eating that pizza because all the work you just did, you don't eat it. Because if you eat it beforehand and then you get on the treadmill and then there's the vomiting and all the, it's not. I think it's a bad idea.
It's like getting a paycheck, and then all of a sudden you find yourself with a new Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure that you bought the entire wave for in one.
Well, that was a terrible segue from pizza and gyms, but
thank you for that bumpy road, Dave. Back to you, Jordan.
Speaking of bumpy things, anyway, it's Thursday night, 9:00 Eastern time. That means it's figure action time. Joining us tonight is the usual cast of Jokers, as we're so lovingly called by our chat expert, Nightwingin'em. And joining us tonight is one very special guest, Miss Epyk Suicide. We'll get to her in just a bit. If you're watching us here live on YouTube, make sure you pop into that live chat. We love our audience. We love interacting with you guys, make you part of the show. So make sure you're active in that chat tonight. Make sure you kielbasa slam that like button for us. It really helps us out. We're still on our quest to increase our... See, that's where you got to... See, Dave, that's a segue. When I say kielbasa slam, you got to go, oh, yeah. Like, be like Joe.
I'm gonna hit that like button right now.
Exactly. And of course, if you aren't already, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Ring it, if you will. So you can see when we come out with our bonus content. We got stuff to talk about.
Sportimus keeps dodging bullets.
Sportimus did dodge a bullet. Actually, he didn't. He missed the best Dave joke of the series, to be honest. So,
of the show,
yeah.
Of the run.
And while we are predominantly a live show, you can go back and watch our whole catalog of previous episodes.
Please,
you know,
I
know we know you probably got a lot of time on your hands right now. Not to rub it in. Anyway, we also have a Teespring store. That's the FAP Shop. So go to teespring.com, look up Figure Action Podcast or FAP Shop, and buy one of our shirts. We're probably one of the cheapest. We're probably one of the cheapest deals in shirts on the podcast. It helps us out, helps us fund our Teespring. Not fund our Teespring, but fund our StreamYard. So really helps us out, and you can look good doing it. Anyway,
and it will help our legal fund because Pornhub is trying to shut us down because we have FAP Shop and they don't.
Yeah, no, we got Papa T's YouTube money to help us out here.
He's not paying attention.
He's
No,
he's like the
he's
least
not.
active member of the crew, so it's fine. He's actually filming a review right now. He's like, the hell with us.
Yeah. He's
got
probably
Keanu
doing
Reeves.
like a.
He's reviewing Keanu Reeves as we speak.
He's got
Oh,
Keanu
spoiler.
Reeves in his hands, man. He's like, I'm holding greatness.
Oh, no spoilers.
That's a
He's doing
spoiler.
his T-Man update for Sheridan.
Oh,
Anyway.
son of
Anyway, normally we would ask T how he's doing. We're gonna skip right to a man. Oh, and then his head popped up. I can't tell if he's here or not.
I'm here.
All right. Well, we'll
I'm
do
ready.
T-Man first. T, how the hell are you doing? And did you get anything cool this week?
I am spectacular, I guess. Yeah, I'm an essential worker, so I'm out with a scorpion mask on. Not meant to wear that, but I don't feel like grabbing it right now.
You know, it's kind of crazy. When I was a kid, I always wanted like a Mortal Kombat ninja mask, and now I have to wear one fucking everywhere, and I hate it.
Yes. I asked Uber the other day, how many ninjas have you been picking up? But I don't know if he knew what I meant. I don't know if he knew whether I said ninja.
Jesus.
Only you could make that joke.
That's
You
almost as
can
bad
make
as
that
like
joke.
when Neil Ross told the story about Scatman Crothers at TFCon.
Oh no.
No, it's not that bad, but it was a misunderstanding when like the head of Sunbow called, or the casting director for Sunbow called Scatman Crothers. He was on vacation. He's like, I wonder where you are. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm back. And he goes, of course I know you're black, you dumbass. Where are you?
I heard that. But I got, and it's not in here, but I got 2 figures from McFarlane Toys, Cyberpunk 2077. I got
Can't wait for
Model
that game.
B, which I already reviewed, and I just got this Johnny Silverhand, who I really, really like, and it's kind of awesome. One of the things I was complaining to y'all offline about was his not having a bicep swivel. He does have an elbow swivel, so that makes it.
That counts.
Yeah.
He looks like a true wild stallion on that guitar.
I mean, I like to think of him as like Ted Logan got into a wood chipper accident, but embraced it.
I wonder how will the game reference any of that, and will he say "whoa"? But tonight at Walmart, I found these 2 people from Black Widow movie, Marvel Legends, Yelena Belova and Red Guardian. And since I like to share while I'm in a store, Nate was saying that Nathan Simmons was saying that he wanted Marvel. So I let him know this was here. He told me
Did you get Rage?
I didn't get him.
Oh, shame.
I like how you say you told Nate this was here. Like, come get it, Nate, from California. Like, you can come pick it up whenever you're in the area.
I picked it up for him. Gave me the money. But he told me I could keep the Build-A-Figure piece. But I was like, that's nice, but I don't know if I'm going to be buying the rest of them. I don't really care too much about these other characters. Rage is the only other one that I might get.
Rage, I would say, from that, I have that whole wave. Rage is the second best figure, and then right behind him is Leader. The Build-A-Figure is absolutely epic. That's the best thing in the line.
I saw the face. The face looks amazing for a comic book. Is he the game character or the comic?
I think he's the game version, but he's just like I can't stop messing with the thing. It's Astrobot. It's almost near Astrobot posability. It's heavy as hell. But Marvel disappointed me. Mach 5 disappointed me. My Iron Man's got 2 left. Well, what am I talking about? That was my haul from last week anyway. I just finally opened it.
Well, Marvel is just same body they've been using.
It's Bucky Cap.
It kind of they tricked me. It kind of looks updated, but I guess it is. But well, they do have new mold sculpting in there, and it's just
They could have at least used the bullseye mold for that and given them, butterflies. But no, they went full cheap.
Yeah, I think they should just retire both cap all together and use that Bullseye Spider-Man 2099 body. But I believe that's it for me. I think I talked about this.
Oh shit!
Hi.
When you
Yeah, you got him last week.
minimize,
He was like $12 on Amazon earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
all right.
And both of these Cyberpunk characters are 21 on Amazon, even though they're supposed to be 25, and they're 30 at GameStop. So.
All right.
Over there.
Places.
You were, but I moved you because now not only are you center of attention, you need no introduction as a man who, when he is back to work, will have no problem putting his meat all up in your grill. True Star Screamer, how the hell are you? And what did you get this week?
Oh, sorry.
That
All right,
pretty
that's
much
enough of that.
describes it all right there. I mean, my poison ivy's cleared up. I'm a fully functional member of society. I painted my deck, and I've been grilling and cooking like mad, and I haven't bought a thing. And my unemployment still hasn't gone through yet. Yay! But I've been working, resetting the photo display, resetting my lights again. So if you have not been on my Instagram at True Star Screamer, I got 2 really good pics of the Target exclusive Black Widow, which I absolutely recommend this figure. It is a great pack. I'm going to be picking up all the Widows just because by the time you have everything together, you'll have an awesome accessory assortment. Plus, I'm running a stupid challenge of self-torture on my Instagram that if I can get at least one of my pictures up to over 100 likes, I have in my refrigerator a can, I kid you not, of pickle lager, and I will drink that live here on the show.
See, I would drink that without a bet.
Yeah, I actually think it sounds not
Pickle
good, but
lager.
interesting.
It sounds interesting, but it's pickle flavored beer, and I will drink that live on camera if I can get one of my Instagram pictures up over 100 likes. So
See, I like pickle juice, man.
Do you like pickled chips, Dave?
Yeah,
I do not
yeah,
like
Dave.
pickle chips.
Pickle chips are awesome.
So I said I'm really liking this Black Widow figure. I did one dumb little piece of customization where I don't think you can see it on the camera, but I just painted a little silver so she actually has a silver zipper on her collar, and I think that really helps out.
No, when you did that promotion on your Instagram, you should have did it how you were doing the lawn earlier.
I'm trying to attract viewers, not send them to the hills.
I mean, people are like locked in their houses, man. You never know. It's been a while since some people have seen other people, you know.
Well, I'm always here for you guys. I'm here for you, the public. Hit me up. I will talk to you. Hit me on. Slide into them DMs. I'll be here for most of them.
But not too hard.
See, Sportimus gives you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, a man who is covered by icons, whose name tonight reminds me of someone who would order Creblante when Figuarts makes him off of eBay and would be very, very disappointed about its quality. Mr. Joe Crab, how are you?
I would order a crab latte. That might.
But would you order a crab latte?
Yes, it might be one of my most anticipated figures of all time.
Christ, they put Old Bay and crab meat on everything here. You could get a crab latte if you come back to Maryland, Dave.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. So I don't have anything new, but I did open this guy. Finally opened up.
Dude, that is the exclusive I've been hearing about.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could pop his head off.
It's the rare Chase variant.
Nice. I just watched the Ninja Turtle movies just this past week. 1 and 2.
What'd you think?
They're Entertaining.
Oh, come on. They age
Does the
well.
word campy come to mind?
You know what?
There's
though?
only 2 movies. There's no movie after that second
The
one.
third movie, if you hear rumors of a third movie, it's just
a lie?
It's fake news. Yeah.
I
Okay,
still
okay.
can't think of many movies that have better costume, effects.
That's
Practical.
true.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
practical effects
They
hold up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
They make good toys.
Yeah, NECA did make good toys, and I just wanted to point out one thing. I showed this to Matt earlier because I finally reopened this guy after T sent him back to me. The Perfect Effect Prime, and I
Yeah.
just had an observation. This guy here, the Earthrise Prime, is mild. Like he is so much better than this. Get
Really?
in there.
There's a controversial
This is
opinion there.
$120.
But it also has armor.
And yes, everything's in the trailer. The figure itself, pretty much, compared to this, is trash. Compared to this. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a controversial opinion. I don't know.
That
but
paint job is
I can
I
kind of
have
phenomenal,
agree.
not
by the
touched
way.
this thing in so long. I finally pulled it back out of the box. And it's... I
Giggity.
transformed them and instantly went to this. And I was like, wow. This is just junk.
It was. He
Well-
texted me. Wow. I didn't know what he was talking about. But
Hey Joe,
Wow, this junk! I just pulled it out.
you opened up so many possibilities. I did not know that head could come off.
that Woody gets
Oh.
so much mileage. It's that's probably like pound for pound the best money you've ever
I think
spent.
head swaps
I know.
are one of my favorite things to do.
I think the Trash Prime, I like posing that one more than the later class. Only in his separate mode. The combined mode is definitely trash.
I don't know. The whole thing.
Oh, this is
was
that
just-
perfect effect with the jet.
Trailers, yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
trailer is definitely substantial because everything's in the trailer. The trailer
Yeah,
is
but when you
definitely a lot
combine
better
it,
than the Earthrise.
You can barely
trailer.
do anything. And it doesn't like to stay together. The
Man,
leg
I was
on the
tempted
pops
on
off.
that too.
It's just it's the first time I can think of that I had a third party figure, and then I'm looking at a retail figure off the shelf that I put so much further ahead of the third party.
But that just means Hasbro's listening.
Yeah,
Yeah, taking notes from the third party releases. We've noticed that though for a while.
I thought they were just taking notes from us.
They
You
are.
know,
In
we
the
are such
chat.
an influential.
I think you meant influenza, but yeah, they're watching.
how about this head swap?
Oh yeah. There you go.
God, Joe.
Rats off to you.
That is also
What?
Anyway, man that needs no introduction, who takes half the notes, half the time. Matt, Partsformer, how are you doing? Did you get anything cool this week?
takes half the notes half the time.
Yeah, I mean,
guess
basically, you do.
For a man who needs no introduction, you definitely give him a lengthy one.
Yeah, we all don't
Hashtag
need introductions,
giggity.
yet we get lengthy ones.
Hi everybody.
Hi, Dr.
Hi,
Nick.
Matt.
Hello.
Oh,
Hats off to you.
the hat. Yeah, I got called out one time for not wearing the hat, and now I feel obligated. So thanks, ass. I don't remember who it was.
It's probably me.
No, it was somebody in the chat. So now I got to have the hat.
Hey, when
I
it
feel
comes
like-
off-
Ornament.
When it comes off, does it make like the Darth Vader noise, like the?
It does.
if I had a
Witnessed this.
soundboard on my phone, it would.
I thought it made more of a.
Did you get?
It's
your
actually
KO
more of an unzippering.
Did you get your KO Korean haircut?
I did, yes. She's got to do another pass on it though, because she was afraid to go too short. So this weekend she's gonna give it another shot. We'll have a reveal next week. I'm not in a comfortable place right now.
It's
to
a
share
work
it.
in progress.
It's a work in progress. I'm not prepared right now to share it. I'm great. I'm in fucking quarantine with everybody else, but I'm going to work every day, so it's not so bad. The weekends are kind of slow, but hats former. Yeah, I like that. Thanks. Thanks.
So you're actually traveling to work?
Yeah, I am. Yep, I go into work every day. I do work on Fridays sometimes. Some of you guys don't think I do, but I do. So as far as acquisitions, this is it. This is what I got.
Oh yeah, I did
jeez,
get
I've
that.
heard enough of
Yeah,
it.
y'all forgot about it, but
No,
it's
we
only
didn't
got 2
forget
points of
about it.
articulation. 1, 2. But what I did
No,
notice
3
is
because the disc spins in there.
the disc
Yeah,
spins
come
in
on.
every.
Technically 4 because there's 2 discs that spin, and every spin is a swivel.
Yeah, get it right.
Damn.
This reviewer sucks.
Although I did find out that the insert has a reversible flap, so you can use that.
Reversible.
Hey, you know what else has a
Tight.
reversible flap? Never mind.
Oh boy.
You had your shitty joke for there. Come on. No, you know what? No, yours wasn't bad, so you're still owed one. So there you go.
I've got alcohol in me. It's gonna get worse.
Perfectly balanced as Thanos intended.
Is that how you is that what you say to your wife, Dave? I've got alcohol in me. It's only going to get worse.
And that was the wedding night.
I'm almost done my first glass of
Oh,
Jack and Coke,
Jesus.
so I'll be excusing myself to get more, and we can really make a good time here.
Oh my god!
Jesus
Have you
fucking
ever
Christ.
seen? I'm looking at Uncomfort right there in that corner right there.
All right. Next up is our
Fine.
very special guest, Epyk Suicide. Epyk, how are you doing tonight?
I'm
Thank you
good.
for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for sticking around this long.
She made it 21 minutes.
Yeah, glad to be here. No, I have not got anything cool to show off or whatever. Been staying home. I work from home, doing like website stuff, so I don't have to go out and work. But the most exciting thing, I guess, is that I did open this fella and review him, and I'm working on editing the video for this guy.
Oh, very nice.
Matches my colors.
That's one of my
It
favorites.
does.
The legs
yeah.
on that figure.
Well, everything that you
Yeah.
have is new to us.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's true.
Well, you can lie about it.
Yeah. What's the Devastator in the background there?
Oh,
Is that what is
that guy. That is the well, it's Constructor,
It is Constructor.
Oh,
Okay. He looks big even in the background
the
there.
Toy World one. Yep, I have the mat on my desk that I
Yeah,
got.
I was actually going to ask, did you find any use for that big mouse pad thingy?
Yes, I have it on my desk and I use it every
Oh,
day.
wow, that makes me want one even more. I want a Constructor. I want the cell shaded one.
But yeah, no, so that guy's super sweet. He's just hanging out back there above Ultra Magnet. Yep. That's who's hiding in there. And then we got some Feistin girls or TB League hanging out, playing the little arcade.
You
Yeah.
just got T-Man's attention.
But yeah, that Constructor is the limited edition one. I got him sometime last year, but then I didn't open for a long time.
And the kitty cat just joined.
Yep, that's Louie. He likes to just hang out and run his mouth sometimes and photobomb my photos.
There's somebody on eBay that makes like a the 3D. It's not 3D printed, but it's actually like sculpted. Just a Decepticon insignia for Constructor. It's really worth getting.
Oh, sweet.
So how big is Constructor?
He's as big as the Zeta stuff. You've been in my house, Joe. I had Constructor when you were here.
There's
Dude, I
a
don't
lot in your
remember.
house to take in, though.
That's
I don't remember
true.
things from yesterday. I might even have a Constructor here, and I don't know. I mean, I'm taking after Kevin.
I would say it's wonderful when you have that backlog and you have that figure that you've had for a while, and you're like, okay, I can finally get to this thing. That's how I was with this Supreme, the ST Commander.
Yeah,
I sat on that guy for like 6 months.
did it as a reward to myself because, well, they did that thing where they're like, well, we're only going to have like 500 or whatever of these. And so I just convinced myself I had to buy it then so I didn't miss out because I wanted to get the first one they had. I don't remember what it was, but then they weren't offering anymore. So I bought that guy and then felt bad about spending that much just on a whim. And so then I made myself wait and enjoy opening it later.
So do you have a character that you just have to have? I mean, for example, obviously, I'm a bit of a Starscream fan. Zero
Really?
has his Prime shelf.
Yes.
T-Man is a huge Bumblebee fan. So who is your character?
My character is Soundwave. I love Soundwave. Yep.
You have
And
every-
that's my first tattoo that I just recently got. And yep, he's who I want all the figures of. So I just every time I see one, I just kind of have to get it.
Now, did you design that tattoo?
I did not design it. I worked with Chris Smith as the artist. I gave him my idea, but then he's the one who really made it happen. It's super awesome. And then the tattoo artist fixed it up a little bit for like making it more tattoo-y. But yeah, I got 3 more in the works.
Because you have some pictures of the tattoo through different stages, right, on your Instagram?
Yep. Like I got that outline done, and then a month later, finally got it colored in. 8-hour session I had to sit through. It was rough, but yeah. And then I was supposed to have gotten my second one yesterday, outline done, but Corona.
But Corona. And you don't want the tattoo artist trying to do it from 6 feet away because that's not going to turn out that well.
That's talent.
That is. It'll be like a stick figure scene.
Can you move your leg? Move your leg.
That's at the end of the stick.
You let me know how
How
that
are
looks.
you doing?
Can I move my leg? Thank you, Joe. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I'm doing really great. We actually had a semi-normal birthday party for Lex on Sunday. We went to our favorite ice
birthday,
cream
Lex.
parlor, and I'm sure you probably saw the card I made for. It was pretty well
Ice cream
received.
parlors are open?
What's that? Yeah. Well, here, if you sell food, you're essential, but they basically only let 5 or 10 people in the store. I think it's 8 people at the place we get to in the store at once. And we called ahead the order. I mean, if I wanted her to have as normal of a birthday as possible.
I should have sent that video.
No, and Dave, the video you guys made with Kira was very, very nice. Thank you for that, by the way.
Kira had fun.
So thank you for that. So I've actually been waiting to thank you over video because I think it's it was very sweet of you guys. So thank you. And my week's been pretty good. I've been binging Final Fantasy VII like the rest of y'all. I managed to get my order. I don't mean to rub it in, but I got my deluxe version with the steelbook. So, and it's actually a really sweet steelbook, to be honest with you. I love the inside cover. God, that art's just so evocative of what you think of when you think of Final Fantasy VII.
Have you seen the commercial they've got out for it?
It's terrible. Why?
The game doesn't even need a commercial.
It's as bad as Doom commercial.
And then it has this horrible version of
Rat in a
Smashing
Cage
playing, which it then has a big disclaimer: this song not in the game.
Yeah.
Which,
honestly, if you took that footage and played it to One Winged Angel, even people who aren't fans of the game be like, "Oh man, this looks epic as shit. I need to get this." Yeah, it's I thought the Doom Eternal commercial was like the worst game commercial of 2020. No, that commercial is.
First of all, this did not need a commercial. Period.
No, it does. It does need a commercial because there are a lot of people, and I'm serious. There are a lot of people that played Final Fantasy VII back when it was popular. They fell out of gaming, and then they're going wait, this is out. And I know people. I know a lot of people that are buying PlayStation 4s that had no idea this was coming, had no idea it's out. They see the graphics for the game and they're like, "Shit, I need this now."
That's what made me get a PS1 when I saw the trailer for the first game.
That's why I got it.
I think right now T-Man is the farthest along in the game, and Joe is the furthest behind in the game, unless you're playing Epyk.
I don't game.
Oh, womp womp. I'm scared to continue playing it because I don't want it to end.
He knows what's
You can do a new save slot, man.
No, we all.
I'm pretty much swearing off modern games. I'm done with them.
Shh.
He
Done.
plays it hard.
We're gonna have to take this offline. I can make you change your mind.
I'll tell you, my
game.
complaint though with the game was that it doesn't say I can see why people kind of get ticked off when they realize that it's not the entire game because nothing about this mentions part 1.
No, it doesn't.
I would think they should at least put Final Fantasy Remake Part 1, even if they don't know how many parts it's going to be.
Well, just say Final
I don't like my
Fantasy
parts
7
forming in games.
Parts for me.
I mean, I don't mind it. It's kind of my thing, but
Before we get to, and I think we need to do a Final Fantasy B-side once everybody's done.
sure.
Should probably be a couple weeks.
Hurry up.
But
Epic Kate, you can't come.
Aw.
She can
But,
she can put her
Watching
commentary.
I know I say I don't play games, but it's more like I just don't. I do like let's see, I did the Lara Croft Tomb Raider games. Like I played those
Okay.
and stuff, but
Okay.
it's just not my main thing that I do. I find that
I'm just-
I don't feel like I have time.
So you do
I'm
some
just-
because you were very much like I don't play games. Like it was a rock
No.
solid thing. Like you lowered the boom on that one.
I just always have like I'm just not a hardcore gamer or whatever. I
Right.
actually really enjoy like watching people play. That I find fun. But no, I've done like Tomb Raider and other stuff, but like I really like the puzzle game type stuff. Not very good at action fighter shooter games.
I was just trying to be a cause trouble.
No, it's fine.
that's Dave's MO.
I just
I
didn't
like
want to make it
puzzle
sound like I
games.
don't do any games. I mean, I started playing some retro games. Like
Yeah, I want to get an N64.
Don't
I'm
do
just
it.
done.
All right.
I just want to go back to the days where you could just put a game in the console and play it. Don't have
It's
to worry
called the Nintendo Switch.
about it. No, because you have to
They
have
still
a-
update too.
you still
If
have
you
to
don't have it
updates,
online,
and you have to have accounts and user profiles.
no.
and all
If
that
you
crap.
don't put it online, you just put the game in and it works.
They still patch though.
Like I've been
Games
trying to
still
get
patch.
I've been trying to get
Not
my
if you
kids'
don't
Switch
need-
set up so that they can play Minecraft and connect to the Xbox and play on the Switch and the Xbox, and I can't figure it out.
Did you pick up the classics? I can't remember.
The classic.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's the other thing I got.
The Nintendo Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, the mini consoles.
Right.
Oh, I have the Super Nintendo Classic. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wish fulfilled.
Yeah.
Let
I've
me
got that, yeah.
let me
I want a
run
64.
through the rest of what I got because I got the most obscure classic console.
I heard that came out.
That's
Yeah.
not an Atari Jaguar.
No, it's the
Oh,
TurboGrafx Mini,
I know.
which it's not very mini. But this was supposed to come out in March, and apparently even though it got delayed in the U.S. version ended up on Amazon Japan. So I snagged one for the same price.
What
Which,
games does it come with?
Alien Crush is on here. R-Type, Bonk, Bomberman 93, New Adventure Island, Air Zonk. It's like there's a lot of games on here, but if you don't know about TurboGrafx, it's going to be stupidly
There's a lot
obscure.
of games I want to play.
Yeah,
I was,
there's-
watching, I was watching Cinemassacre talk about it, and they had some super obscure games on there that's hard to
Yeah.
pronounce.
So I want to interject something. I don't ever like to call it anybody on. I don't like to shame anybody on their opinions. Everybody likes different things. But I just saw this from our friend Kevin,
Man.
and this is touching a nerve with me, Kevin. Like we don't agree on a lot of things, man, but we're gonna be
Kev-
talking after the show. So
You have to learn how to ignore Kevin.
Kev, you know how I made a video of like
I gotta
in
reset
memoriam
myself.
with like with Baldwin? Splatterhouse is on here.
Okay, Splatterhouse I'll give you, but what's that
Yeah.
on the Genesis one?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, Splatterhouse I'll give you then.
But like Alien Crush, I wish they had the hard version, but Alien Crush is like one of the best pinball games ever made. Of course, Snatcher's on here. You've got Fantasy Zone. I mean, Rondo of Blood is on here.
I tried Googling Fantasy Zone. I got in trouble with the wife.
Jesus Christ. All right, and then as far as toys, because we're like a half hour. I got Sound Barrier, courtesy of friend of the show, Lance Park. He also was kind enough to send me one to give to T. And also, I got a very, very elaborate KO. This is the Transform Element Bumblebee, TEO2, I forget what they call it. But this is actually a very heavily modified MPM7. So this looks like Bumblebee did in the movie, but there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of reused parts from this guy. I actually got into like a little bit of a fight with people on TFW, mostly like two guys who didn't believe me that this has a lot of shared parts with this. I mean, the heads are the same. These rear fender pieces are the same. These side bits on the arms are the same. I mean, they really borrowed a lot. It's like, it's like the Black Apple Evasion Prime and upscaled MPM Prime, where they just did a lot of re-engineering.
People that were arguing, did they have both figures?
Nope, they don't.
What's the price difference between the two?
It's about the same price. So it's negotiable. I mean, he was on Agabus. I think he was like 90. But I mean, like, look, these battle masks, I can hold them up. They're identical. They fit on both figures. I mean, there is one guy saying like, well, shared parts doesn't necessarily mean it's a KO. And I'm like, no, if you're taking anything from Takara, that means it's a KO. I'm sorry.
Shared parts is a thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
That should be like Matt's sitcom, Shared Parts.
I'm not sure sitcom is what it would
Filmed
be.
in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, I think he's working on a reality show called Shared Parts.
He's trying to convince his wife.
But
she's convinced.
But that does it. That does it for me. Let's go ahead. We'll get into the interview with our guest.
10 points for endurance. Give her some endurance points, man.
Right?
Yeah, 37.5 figure action points to Epyk. Thank you, Epyk.
So Epyk, how did you get into collecting?
I actually got into it because my husband was into it first. So I wasn't that big into collecting at first. I didn't know that much. I mean, you're talking to someone who thought the Bayformer films were the original Transformers. So
that had to have been a shell shock.
I need a dun 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 sound effect.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Epyk.
Yep. That's about what happened when it was discovered that I didn't know that Transformers were from the 80s. So, but no, I got into the card game that came out, the trading card game that they did, and that piqued my interest. And then all of a sudden, I got super into Transformers, and then that's around the time that like Siege and the War for Cybertron line, came out, and so I started collecting those. But yeah, it was a slow work into it. Watched a lot of like reviews and stuff and Transformer things on YouTube, and then just
started with Siege, and now you have limited edition Constructor.
That
had been like on my husband's wish list for like years, way before I got into it.
Okay, I was about to say that's like have a shot of Manischewitz, and next thing you know, you're like chugging the Hennessy straight.
Yeah, no. So we had some. He did get some like masterpiece or KOs and stuff like that before I ever really got into it. But now that we're into it, I have to have all things. So now it's kind of like a problem because I'm like, the new figure just came out. We gotta go hunting. Let's go find this new figure.
Don't let her buy a Marvel Legend, ladies and gentlemen.
When you get a like, for example, Constructor, is that yours or is it your husband's or is it shared?
It's ours.
It's okay.
Yes. Yeah, no. So that guy, by the time we did finally buy him, I was like, I was the one who was like, they've only got like 500 of these they're going to put out. I need to get this now. Let's go. Can't wait. Can't risk it. So no, it's ours. Now we like have little fights over who gets to have what on their desk. Like I want Spinister on my desk right now. Okay.
Well, there are 6 Constructicons, so you could evenly divide them if you needed to.
Oh man,
just like have a little war going. Or something.
He's not coming apart. That
that's
so
that thing's
heavy.
a pain.
It's so heavy and hard to articulate and move around.
He's become a statue, is what you're saying. He's now a statue. I will say, you had mentioned that you really jumped in with the trading card game. That's pretty awesome. I never even considered that as a vector for jumping into collecting.
Well, I used to collect Pokemon cards when I was a kid.
Yep.
So that like it really rang with me because I was like, oh man, this just reminds me of being a kid and going to the store and getting the foil packet and opening it and stuff. So that was the first review I ever did. Actually, was unboxing all of the first wave of the card game, and so from there, the artwork on those cards actually like were super sweet to me. And then that got me into the comics because I was like, this artwork is awesome. And then he was like, well, they got comics that you can check out. And I was like, I'll do that. So I started reading the comics and started watching more stuff. And then found out about the went back and watched all of like the G1 cartoon and everything. And then kind of became a little G1 snob where I was like, yeah, those base film figures are just dumb, aren't they? Right. So then when the War for Cybertron came out, I was like, oh man, they're like finally true G1 style based figures that are like fairly cheap and nice and sweet, and they're gonna have a whole line of them. Let's do it. So I started getting those.
So guys, was there like an aha moment where you got like a figure and transformed it back and forth and it kind of became an addiction? Was there like a specific figure that like kind of clicked?
I can't say that I had that. I do love, I'm trying to think. I do love like I have no. It's just more like I do love the transformation. Like that's something to me that I think is really cool that gives Transformers a little extra that I love collecting them is because you can transform them and it's just super sweet. Like you can decide, oh, I want Spinister to be a robot, but now all of a sudden I want him to be a helicopter and I can make that happen and fidget with it and stuff. I do also love the bots. Okay. That's my other addiction I have that I got into.
They make really good Christmas tree ornaments, by the way.
I believe it. I've seen people make super sweet gifts out of them, the like single packs, and they put sticks on them, so they're like little sucker type things or whatever. But yeah, those are super cool, and I have a whole little wall of those going on. But yeah.
So you said it was your husband you got into it recently. It was from your husband.
Mm-hmm.
So your husband, does he have like a massive collection of stuff?
I mean, most of it is what's behind me, and then over in our other display case. But I had a few figures before I really got into it. But like the Feisten figures or TV League, those are like really his deal. And then I'm trying to see. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly like we got all the stuff in the display case and over there, but we also NECA Turtles is like a big thing of his that he has and stuff. But yeah, so he loves all this stuff because he's 41, so he like grew up with like all the Ninja Turtles, and Masters of the Universe, and all that. So
such a delicate age at 41.
Dang, that's old.
Mm-hmm.
That's old, like T-Man old.
It is. I'm mad I'm actually a year older than him.
It's only a 15 years difference, so.
No. Retail's joke. I was about that because I remember this was actually like one of the defining points with me and my missus was the day she saw my collection. It was I'd been collecting before we were even dating, and I like to say she saw the collection and she didn't run. So.
Yeah, he didn't really have a collection when we met or anything, and hadn't really been into it. It wasn't something he was into at the time. And then once we got together and stuff, it started being a thing he looked more into. And then yeah, so now at this point we both are collecting, and like the first things we really ever got was the 7 Deadly Sin figures. We don't have all of them yet, but that's an anime show, and they got really sweet girl figures that are super cool. So that was like the first thing we got into, and then I was like, well, I like Transformers. Oh, okay. Guess we'll get
So
those.
you're saying collecting anime girl figures is a totally normal thing?
Yeah.
We never said it wasn't, Joe. We just
No, Joe, it's
your posing of them.
it's the poses you put your anime girl figures in.
Winston and I would have.
Mine don't pose, but I
Your
can
little
remove their clothes.
statuettes, right?
Huh?
Removing the clothes is
Yeah,
fine.
I can remove their
see,
clothes,
It's
yeah.
totally normal.
I said they're little statuettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
your collection video.
Yep, and those were
Good.
mine. Those were actually like my like I want to get these, and then it wasn't a hard sell. They're super sexy girls, so it wasn't like I had to like twist his arm to get them.
Mhm.
But then since I got those, it's like okay, well, masterpiece transformer. It's like okay, but yep. And then I got into Transformers, and now I'm the one who spends too much money.
Just
It's an
watch out to get-
investment. You just gotta think of it as an investment.
Yeah.
That's all.
See, when I met my girlfriend,
You're
I was
smart.
like,
You don't get into posing because once you get into posing, that's just that. You're like, okay, I got to get this so I can do this scene and that scene and that scene.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, you got a stack of totes next to you.
yeah, the posing is not my strong point. I don't do the poses. I do goofy poses that get downvoted. And so I just stick to the unboxing of them.
when I met my
Downvoting
girlfriend,
is just another form of love.
I come with the collection was my thing because I've been a lifelong collector, and all my stuff has
Touching
just
that joke.
been all my stuff has just been, you know, it's really been. I mean, at least the masterpiece stuff. There's some chug stuff that I have too. That's kind of old, but you know, it's been my life. So like when we met, I was like, yeah, I kind of come with this, and she was like, okay, that's cool. And then now that she sees how far the rabbit hole goes, sometimes I think she's a little worried. But
That's cool. Inner cringe.
yeah. But at the same time, like one of the things I love about her is that like she'll like actually go and ask around. I know like she and T, like, well, she collaborated with T for like for my birthday and Christmas. So I thought that was really awesome.
That's
So,
super cool. Yeah, and we do have like our own little things. Like, I really love like the Nendoroids and stuff, so I started getting a few of those for myself. And like I got my Attack on Titan dude. I don't even know where he. Oh yeah, he's all the way up there. But I got myself some figures that he doesn't really care about, and then he's got like He-Man is something that I don't know that much about yet. So when we first got those, that was more like his thing at the time. But now it's slowly becoming my thing because I'm learning about it.
So
Awesome.
you mentioned like fighting for figures for the desk. Like what are your like go-to desk figures?
Well, I did get a lot easier once I got my like Attack on Titan Captain Levi figure because I thought that guy was BA and sweet, so I didn't have to fight over that to have on my desk. But we have like different Transformers and stuff, and then he's got a sweet computer that he'll put figures inside of his computer that he built. And he right now has one of the 7 Deadly Sins figures in there, my favorite one. I can't even enjoy it and see it. So we have to cycle things.
Remember, it's just 4 thumb screws away.
Yeah. Change it while he's not looking. Used to be Hot Rod, and now he's just chilling back.
Have you had any figures that like you ended up buying doubles of just because you couldn't split them up?
Have not run into that yet. What we do have is Optimus Prime is his favorite. He had been a semi-truck driver, so he really loves just Optimus Prime and the whole semi-truck deal. And plus, it was like his first toy as a kid, whatever. So that's like we've got this Optimus Prime shrine, and heaven forbid if I try to say we don't need another Optimus.
Hey, I can respect an Optimus Prime shrine. I mean, that's
You never have too many Optimus
And
Prime.
so it works out. I like Soundwave, so I get all the Soundwave stuff, and he sticks to all of his Optimus stuff. So for the most part, we're not having to fight over the same characters. We do have differences. So, but yeah, he really likes Autobots, and I'm a Decepticon gal. So
Decepticons are cooler.
Yeah, they are.
They are. They really are.
but they don't have Optimus Prime or Grimlock.
Man,
Grimlock used to
They
be
had
a
Prime.
Decepticon,
They've had
so
Prime.
depending on the continuity, Grimlock was a Decepticon, so we still
And
claim
depending on the continuity, remember.
Nemesis
Well,
Prime.
actually,
Nemesis
in
Prime.
Transformers Prime at the end of the season, in the beginning of the second season, he was a Decepticon. You will not out nerd me. You will not
Yes.
out nerd me.
Yes, I will. You haven't been to my house, Dave.
You haven't been to mine.
Do you have a painting? Do you have a painting of Rick Moranis? No,
I
you
have
don't.
the original Transformers movie poster after having.
I thought he was going to say, I
1988
have
Is it
Rick
in a
Moranis in my closet. You wonder where he's been? I have him. I feed him nightly.
Where the hell has he been?
In Dave's
No,
closet.
after his wife passed away, he decided to be a family man. He like
He's
devoted
coming back,
his. He's coming back for the Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, we blew up the grandkids.
Oh god.
Whatever it is.
And see, Epyk, that's how quickly we get off topic.
Oh, we off the rails again? I'm sorry.
We have a
All
topic.
We do have a topic. So,
Thanks,
Epyk, next question is, how'd you get into Suicide Girls?
That was a very interesting road. So it was 2015. I offered to do a boudoir shoot for my friend who's a wedding photographer. He wanted to like offer a boudoir package to brides and stuff. And so I decided to do that. I said I would be willing to do that. And
Matt's taking notes.
Yeah. Only half of them. So I offered to do like nude shots for him, you know, in case a bride wanted to be able to do that. So I was like, I'd do that. So when we got the photos back, I shared it with some friends or whatever, and they're like, "Have you heard of Suicide Girls?" I thought about doing it and everything, and I was like, "You don't just go do Suicide Girls." Like what? So I ended up looking into it and realized that you can just do Suicide Girls. You just have to submit and everything. Now it's more of a process than people think, because you don't just sign up and then are instantly a Suicide Girl. There's a whole hopeful process and everything. So you submit a set, and then it takes about 4 months to finally go up on the site, and then people like and comment and all that. And then when they buy your set, that's when you finally become an official SG. So I joined in 2016, and I didn't turn pink until 2019, become official Suicide Girl. So it was 3 years, and there's other girls on there that like takes way longer. I know one girl had turned pink, and she'd been on the site for 7 years and stuff. So yeah, it's not something I ever thought I would do, because I grew up pretty, or not like overly religious, but I grew up in a religious household. My mom's actually a pastor.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's like I have that background, but at the time I was getting away from it and just discovering myself, I suppose. So I just wanted to do it.
Does she like know what you do, or?
She has heard that I've done nude photography before, but that's the extent of it. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure she doesn't go looking for it.
no.
And none of us here are going to tell her, we promise.
Yeah, no. So it's just a thing where like I have a handful of family members that know and other ones that don't. You know, it's not really something I go out of my way to throw in people's faces and stuff. But it was something that at the time I was like, I just want to do something crazy for once. And also it's kind of like a self-confidence type thing. Just give it a try and do it. And then I ended up really liking it. And then with just getting into Transformers in the past year and a half and everything, I wanted to find a way to combine my modeling that I've grown to really love and my love of Transformers. And so that's how I came up with my little reviews that I do.
You can mention the name of it.
So I have a male friend that might want to become a Suicide Girl. Is that a thing that can happen?
No, the Suicide Girls is girls only. They do have.
Sorry, Dave. I tried.
I'm sitting here like, where is this gonna go?
I was gonna say like
There's
she
a
just
group.
inspired me to mow my lawn again, but
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, I thought you're equipped.
Yeah, do topless mowing videos.
Yeah.
There's got
Start
to be
there,
a dude
Dave.
out there
Just
for
I
it.
live in North Carolina.
He's
Trust
got
me,
like a pair
line.
of booty shorts that say "really" on the
Well,
back.
he already does the topless grilling episodes. So
So
No,
real quick,
I
though,
was grilling direct heat, so the grill top was open. That's what that tagline was about.
okay.
Well, but why was the other tagline "Taste the meat and the heat"?
I was using my habanero barbecue sauce, and I swear you could. I was using a 4K footage. You could anyway.
So, real point of clarification.
I like to cook. If you haven't figured out yet, Epyk. I like to cook just a little bit.
I didn't know. I couldn't have guessed.
She now knows. But we have a few questions in the chat, and it's mostly from the same person. Briefly, what is Suicide Girls? Because I think we kind of went into this with everybody kind of knowing, but just in case someone doesn't know.
Yeah, Suicide Girls, the idea behind it is that you're committing social suicide. So usually it's girls with all the tattoos and piercings and everything, and you're just kind of going against the society norms. That's what Suicide Girls stands for, and it's nude modeling, pinup style.
You guys call it like alternative models, right?
Yep, alternative nude modeling. Yep.
So almost these days, if you don't have a tattoo, then you're you're breaking the.
I know. Soon this model's gonna break because everyone's gonna have tattoos. So it's gonna be cool to not have tattoos.
Joe, you don't have a tattoo, right?
I'm the coolest.
I don't have a tattoo either.
Oh,
really? I thought you had one. Yeah, I got two, one on each shoulder.
Okay, yeah, my back's done.
Do you have a grill on one side, Dave, and
No,
propane tank on the other,
and a fireplace on the other?
I got Grendel over here, and I got this other design I came up with, but no.
He's gonna get a 20-pound propane cylinder on his back.
I grill charcoal.
And propane accessories.
It's surprising to me. Like I would have thought Joe would have had one.
Nope. I might get like a few, like a full mural of like Elon Musk
on your back,
maybe right on my chest.
I thought came to find out that he never hid the stubble that he always has is actually an elaborate tattoo. He just fools everybody.
I thought Matt would have it, except it was like, Katie's don't touch.
No, like Joe's gonna get like the tweet where Elon Musk and Grimes met. And that'll be like his full back tattoo.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Get Elon tweets like all over. I don't think I have enough real estate for that.
Get the Tesla symbol on your pecs.
Yeah, I can do that.
Or you could just get the stock market, the Tesla. You could update it like every year with where you could just get
it changes too much. It goes up and down too much.
Well, that's why I said do it yearly.
Yeah. Well, you could have it tattooed other place. Never mind.
And look how far off topic we are. Back to you, Epyk.
Not a problem.
Back on the rails.
All right. So, what made you want to start a channel and start reviewing figures?
Just I did want to find something to offer and tie back to what I enjoy. So, with doing nude modeling, I was like, well, I've got all the people that like me for my boobs and my butt and everything. And I was like, well, but what do I like? Because, there's girls who go out and stream games and stuff. And I was like, as we know, I'm not really a gamer. I'll like play some games and stuff. I was like, so that's not really my thing. But I wanted to find something that I would enjoy and have fun with, that I could like put out there content wise and do a whole thing around. And then that when I started loving Transformers and all that, I was like, man, there's gotta be dudes out there who are super into Transformers but also enjoy boobs. So topless toy reviews have to be a
poll.
thing.
I don't know.
There are?
I don't know about that.
It may be super hard to find and very niche, but it's gotta exist. So I just started doing topless toys. And I started actually on Suicide Girls. I did videos where I would do Lego brickhead builds. Because I got into those. Those I thought were super cute and cool. So I would just build those topless, and then that was it. And then, like I said, started getting the figures, and I was like, well, I could start doing more review style things. So then I did the trading card game, and then then the figures came along, and slowly it's grown into more of a review-ish type channel and topless. So yeah.
We should send you some Gundam kits, and you'll take over Japan.
My brother-in-law actually was like, we need to get you into Japan.
Well,
we need to get you into the markets.
You mentioned that you read the IDW comics. Have you seen any like the Flames Toys model kits?
I have seen the Flames Toy model kits, and I've read some of the comics. I'm not that caught up at all. I'm pretty far behind.
Yeah. No, I mean, Same. I've read like All Hail Megatron. I've read Last Stand of the Wreckers, and I've kind of like done a pick and choose.
Yeah. But I have seen the figures. I do really want, or the model kits. I do really want to get in the model kits. Like I saw the Windblade model kit and thought it was super awesome. And that's something that I'll be getting. But there are like other ones like they have got the Optimus Prime and Starscream, and stuff. So I would really like to get those kits and do like build videos of those as well. I think sometime.
Well, if you ever go to a TF con, there is this booth, and they will foster those kits on people.
They're pretty hard.
I was gonna go to Orlando.
Yeah. Well, that was actually going to be my next question. Are you and your husband ever thought about going to it?
Yeah. Yep. Orlando. That was gonna be the first convention I ever gone to.
Well, the next one's in Chicago, isn't that?
That's pretty close. That's only like a 4-hour drive.
Hear that, Joe? It's better than 12. You're muted, but I know what you're saying.
Better than 12. Yeah.
I am. You know what? After this whole quarantine thing here, that's gonna be part of my reward to myself. I think I'm flying myself out there.
To Chicago?
Yes.
Nice.
Not just for the Flames Toys booth. I assure you.
Mm-hmm. And then there is the.
Wait, you do not understand this girl.
There is the Toronto show that, if that's still a thing, I might go to that one.
Yeah, that one's still going on, as far as I know.
Yeah, but yeah, that one's pretty close too. So I'll probably hit that one up, make that my first one. But either way, Chicago probably for sure. I believe we said that was in October.
Yeah.
So.
Did you manage to buy any of the exclusives? Oh, sorry, Dave.
I was gonna say she should warn her about the particular cosplay culture of those cons.
Yeah.
That's a whole. It's. I'm an old school geek. Like I've been going to anime cons since 1997.
Okay.
I took a hiatus for a while, and I have never seen anything till I've seen this. I mean, you got these girls dressing like the masculine, humanized versions of the Transformers, and the masculine version of them, as in they have like fake beards on, and
you know what? A lot of those costumes are.
I mean, they were
super
good,
elaborate, man. Like they did a really, really good job on.
There was love, there was time, but I'm just like
big time.
You want more Windblade cosplays?
No, it was just like it was like this whole like pack together. Like if you see, it was.
If you do a Windblade cosplay and emphasize the butt, I'm sure you'd trigger a lot of people.
We need more Windblade figures.
No, cosplay people get to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's been.
I'm always amazed at their costumes they make. I always thought cosplay would be cool, but the amount of time and all the stuff they put into it—it's insane. Some of the costumes.
You would have liked one of the guys we saw. Oh well, I say guys. I don't know who was inside of, but it was a sound wave that looked really, really accurate. It was really good. It had like a little laser beak.
Oh, awesome!
I wish Red Guardian was out sooner, because like now that I put on a few, I could be Red Guardian.
I mean, Black Widow.
No, I'd be Red Guardian. So funny enough, you know where my face masks came from?
Which one?
No, like the face masks that I'm using now. Do you want to know where they came from?
We do.
The first Halloween Lex and I spent together, we did a couples costume where I was Captain America and she was the Winter Soldier. So I'm using her Winter Soldier masks as my face masks.
I thought you had like your Mr. Hanky or no. What's the dude
Mr.
from?
Hanky.
Not Mr. Hanky. What's the dude from?
I thought he was going to go to
Rick and Morty
himself.
Bail out.
Oh, Mr. Creepy Butthole.
Yes.
That was my best cosplay, but no, that's like a big. That was like
it's a full body mask.
Yeah, but still, like, could you see me like walking into Walmart going, "Ooh, wait, I'm just here to shop."
I could absolutely see you doing that. Yes, without question.
Yeah, I know. It's the sad part is I would do it.
Cybertronian Beasts, they're off to the side, but I used to have almost every Starscream made. Just they're not here. I got an MP11.
That's calling you
good
out.
point.
He's man. You have to post pictures of your Starscream collection to your Instagram after this.
Possibly.
You just got called out for not having any Starscreams in the vicinity.
No, Dave.
Are they all in one
like,
area?
Dave cosplays as like what MPO3, and he's got like the flip up like chest launchers.
And then he
He
goes
does-
out mowing with his chest launchers up.
He does have those, but they're flip down grills instead.
Yeah, exactly.
You can slap your beat right there, and he'll just sizzle them away.
I'm gonna work on a variation of the Soundwave costume. Actually, I just have the charcoal grill just drop down.
Jesus Christ.
Now, now she wants a figure of that. So good job, Dave.
Make it. I expect to see you cosplaying that in Chicago.
See that?
There you
Called
go.
out twice.
My wife doesn't let me cosplay anymore. She's like, nah. She gets
Retired
jealous.
from that game, yeah.
I'm retired from that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, once you break 25, you really can't do that. So, and considering I'm 41, you don't do that.
So Epyk, as far as your reviews go, do you kind of wing it, or do you plan it? How do you like to structure them?
I just wing it.
You just
So
wing it.
I
You sit
get
down?
in I get everything set up, and I don't write anything. I don't. Sometimes I'll like take a peek at what other people have said about the figure or whatever, but really I just am like, who do I want to finally open? Because a lot of them are in boxes right now, but it's kind of like been wanting to save them and then do unbox and review or whatever, and then they build up. So I'm like, I want to finally look at and play with this figure. So I just take them out, and then just on the spot, whatever comes in my mind, I just say. And then that's how they go, and then I got to edit them. And that takes forever.
So when someone watches your videos, it's just your gut reaction. You're just running with it.
Yep. I just don't think I could script stuff. I don't know. I don't feel like it'd come off very naturally for me if I were to like script something out. So I just do it right on the fly. Yep.
Do you watch T-Man 978 for inspiration?
I have seen some of T-Man 978's content. It's very good.
Spectacular.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't do scripts, but sometimes typically I play with the toys beforehand. And I'll think about things that I want to say and try to make sure that I say it. But sometimes I'll totally finish a whole review and forget to mention certain points.
Oh yeah. I've had that happen where I like wrap it off. I'm like, oh man, I didn't like talk about this thing or whatever. But I am starting to come up with like different review versions and stuff, because the one I currently have, I like unboxed it, and then I did a poll and people wanted me to do transformation, so I do transformation, but that makes the video super long by having that in there. So I'm gonna have that version, and now I'm gonna do a new version where I have already unboxed it, and like you, T-Man, I've like played with it some, so I understand how it transforms and everything, and then just gonna speed through the transformation and kind of already know what to say. And then I plan on having Epyk Topless Toys quickie version where I'm going to be at my desk for like small, like bots. I plan on just having like a small little video about some things and stuff that just doesn't have much to talk about. So I'm working on building out a few different versions of review videos. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love those videos where it's not much to talk about. Less editing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be your what's that transformer that Lance just sent you? Zero?
Oh, sound barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sound barrier
Sound
review.
Yeah.
Looks like this.
There he is.
He transforms
Here
like
he is.
that.
I mean, basically, it's
Yeah.
like he's a shield, and then oh wait, he's a robot, and oh wait, you
He's
can
a
flip
ramp.
this up. Oh, he's a road. Look at that.
Let's say we could edit that and post it to the video as a review. You're done. You're done. You even had the package shot earlier.
And then T's
Much
like, he's
better,
like,
Cybertronian Beast. It's a room, not a closet.
Yeah, that's like the Micromasters. I decided to do all them at once in a video, and I thought it'd be super short because there's nothing to talk about, but somehow I found a way to make it a very long video, and I still haven't finished editing it. Just by doing them all and talking about them and stuff and comparing them. But yeah.
So how often do you get to release? I know it's kind of all over the place, but how often do you try to get a video out? Weekly, bi-weekly?
I used to be on a schedule and stuff or whatever, and then lately I've just not been able to with work and stuff. But my goal is to at least every week shoot at least one video of something. I'd like to do more than that, maybe a few over the weekend and stuff. But then it's just, I don't know. I don't really have a schedule for myself or anything, but I would like to definitely be putting out more videos than I am at the moment. But as it's been recently with work, it's not been easy. So
if you were capable of putting those on YouTube, it would be mandatory. If you monetize, like they want you to put out a video like every day. Like if I took a break, like last week I barely did. I don't think I filmed one video, and the monetization was like.
Yeah, and it's I do like Vimeo, and that's where my videos are for free over on Vimeo. But no one, I'm not saying no one uses Vimeo, but obviously it would be nice if you could use something like YouTube where like just that's where people are. But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't bother trying to like monetize or make money off these because I'm so inconsistent with getting them out or whatever. I do fun stuff, like I have working on like blooper reel type stuff that I offer to my OnlyFans, or little mini sets I'll do with the figures or the toys I build and stuff. But yeah, no, I know if I was on YouTube, I definitely would have to be way more on a schedule for sure.
Well, the problem is if you're doing it for fun, then it becomes you monetize it, becomes almost the job, then you kind of loses the fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is one of those things where it's like I do it because I enjoy it and I think it's fun and everything, but at the same time I do want to like keep up on it because I want to put videos out that are relevant, but then at the same time have content for people who like my stuff, So, for sure.
I will also point out that the links to both your Suicide Girls profile and your channel is in the link or is in the description of this video. So
thank you. Yep, and then any extra links can be found at epyksuicide.com.
Yeah, in fact, if there's any links that you want to send me, and I can add them in later. So
okay.
Whatever you want.
Yeah,
I did get the Discord invite, just I don't have time for that. Sorry.
You're missing out.
I'm a part-time geek, full-time dad, and then
What is Discord? I keep hearing that name.
You're gonna feel old.
So,
that program.
So I have a question for you. Earthrise is out now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your approach to picking what figure you review?
I just am like looking at them, and if I think it's cool and I want to play with it, that's how I decide. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have I have so many Siege figures that I haven't even reviewed, and so my plan. Well, okay, we've got all these jets, right? We got all the Starscream and all them. And they're the same mold. They're just different colors. So I plan on taking a lot of these and just doing them all in one video and just saying, forget it. You're not getting your own video sideswipe. You're the same as all these people. So we're going to do you all at once. And just because you're the same transformation and stuff, you're just different colors. So what it really comes down to is if I'm just super excited about the character, is it? I don't have a good reason why I do pick one or don't.
Just go with your gut, pretty much.
Yeah. I really am excited to open freaking Omega Supreme. But
that's a good one.
Yeah, he's just up here in his box still.
Did you back Unicron?
Sure did. I sure did. So that one, I can't wait. Super excited.
Okay.
Did anybody else in here do it? Am I the only one? Oh, T?
No.
T, you did it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't know.
I told you. I just don't have the place for it. I don't have the space for it.
You'll make space.
Yeah, where are you sitting right now? It could sit there.
Papa Hasbro said.
Just put it right
devour half of your collection.
You go up to Kira's bed and you're like, this is where Unicron lives.
So Epyk, I watched some of your videos for research purposes before the show.
Yes. Yep.
And
for research purposes.
Yeah, I think your collection tour probably gives a good insight, kind of an overview into everything that you're into right now. We talked a little before the show about your varied interests. Of the toy lines that you're obviously excited about Transformers. specifically like Soundwave you mentioned. Any other characters pop out that you're excited about Transformers wise? And then second part of the question is other toy lines. Which do you sort of get the most excited about?
Well,
Or toy or anything, any kind of collecting. Whatever.
Yeah. So, what other Transformers? Was that the first part of that? What other Transformers?
Yeah, besides Soundwave, since you threw him out really easily. So
Soundwave. Yeah. No, I'm really bummed that I missed out on like the Metroplex that had the Titans Return one or whatever. Because now that I'm more into Transformers, I really would have loved to have had that guy. But I do. Yeah, I don't know. I really do love Soundwave. Okay, Soundwave is like my jam. And then I do. I'm just drawing a blank. I don't.
How about his tapes? Are you as committed to his tapes as he is?
Yes, the tapes. I'm so sad. The Rat Bat and who comes with Rat Bat? The cassettes in Wave 5.
I will say Frenzy.
Frenzy.
Despite what the package
is not Rumble. Okay, everyone knows Frenzy.
Okay, 10 points. 10 points.
Yeah. You get another 10 points.
Yeah. No, that I'm trying to get my hands on that. I do have a fella up in Canada who says he's going to send me one. He was able to get his hands on some, so we'll see if that pans out. But I do love his sets, and I really hope. Oh yeah, Metroplex down there. Yeah.
Typically,
See,
when
I just want a Metroplex. I just think
he
that
has the his version is the Molestroplex.
That's how the show ends when I start making too much noise with it.
Yeah.
I like how she was sad that she doesn't have that figure, and you're like, well, let me just bust this out and you're right up here.
Yeah.
Look how cool these lights and
I will
sounds
say the Devastator Constructor was like, huge. I really love the combiners. I think the combiners are really sweet and neat concept. And I doubt they'll happen, but I think it'd be really cool if Earthrise, if they did something with them. But probably won't, but that's okay.
Devastator is way better than this Metroplex.
Oh, yeah. But still, I think Metroplex is cool.
Put him away.
Were you able to get so was Omega Supreme your first Supreme class or Titan class, I should say?
Yeah, Titan class. Yep.
Yeah,
he definitely was. Yep, him. And then I do have Jetfire, which I'm also super excited to open. I haven't opened that guy yet.
Phenomenal figure.
Yeah, he was also one that I was super excited about, actually.
I'm pretty sure you can still get Triptychon pretty easily. Same with, I think Fort Max is still kind of readily available.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Fort Max is every bit as good as Metroplex is.
Yeah, and that is one thing. I don't actually have any chugs outside of War for Cybertron. That's like all that I have is the War for Cybertron stuff. But as for other toy lines, I really am into like the anime figures. They're just always so expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like the 7 Deadly Sins or something I really want to finish out. And then I discovered Nendoroids, which are the cutest little guys. It's just I have one on my desk because why not? So it's just these little fellas and stuff.
The best Nendoroid is the Kirby Nendoroid.
Yeah. Now, what's nice about Nendoroids too is that they crank out Nendoroids like crazy. I mean, any other line they do is kind of takes their time, but Nendoroids, you're gonna
like
get something that you like.
The figures are super cool too. And like I got the Kill la Kill ones. Now I have I'm not gonna remember their names now that I think about it. But I bought one for my husband for a Christmas present. It might have been a little selfish present because I wanted the set of the Kill la Kill figures. But I can't think of her name now.
Ryoko.
So there's Ryoko. That's the one I have the knockoff of. But Satsuki, that's it. Satsuki, she they like don't make her anymore at the time. At the time, they didn't make her, so I had to put a lot of money into that one. And then, like, as soon as I bought it a few months later, they announced that they're remaking that figure for $80. And I spent, I think, like $170 or something.
It happened to me with buying Samus for a friend.
So I have to ask, like, I mean, you might be able to say it's constructor, but do you have anything you would consider to be a grail in your collection?
It probably would be the constructor. Is who I'd have to say, because like all the other ones, we have some masterpiece figures, but really they're just all like KOs. I have a few third party guys and stuff, but like the constructor really is like the figure that we waited years to buy, and it was definitely the most expensive out of all the figures, and so he definitely is. He's the dude.
The centerpiece almost.
Yep.
Well, you got to be excited for the Fans Toys Soundwave that's coming.
Yes, but I don't know that I know that much about it. Which, yeah.
You haven't seen the.
No, we can share it out.
Which one is it? Because I have seen a few Soundwave figures coming out, so I guess I'm not actually that sure that I know.
I think there was a Digibass, but I don't think they have any.
Here, I'll share it out because, the thing is like back before the official Masterpiece Soundwave came out, Fans Toys' first effort actually was a trailer for Optimus Prime.
See that. This is not. So I was thinking of something different. I was thinking of a different Soundwave I heard about, but this, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. That looks sweet.
And as far as we can tell, there's no official word yet. It sounds like he's going to come with all of the tapes.
Wow.
Yeah.
He really should. I mean, that's kind of tacky to do otherwise.
Hey, I know, I agree. I mean, it should be an all-in-one package.
Even Hasbro didn't do that.
Hasbro eventually
Hasbro did.
Yeah.
Hasbro was the only people that did that.
No, I'm saying Hasbro was the only company. Even Hasbro threw the tapes in, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Takara made you buy them.
Right.
I stocked Toys R Us because they did that. And they didn't charge an arm and a leg for it. It was actually reasonable.
Yeah, $120 for Soundwave and all. It was like Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage.
5 tapes.
Yeah, 5 tapes.
Yeah, I have the Toy House Factory Soundwave that came with all the tapes.
That's supposedly really good.
Takar told me you would have to pay like $300 for all.
Meanwhile, I have
the Hasbro one was like $119.
Yeah, no, I have the car told me once, and then I also kept the Hasbro tapes to give to my Sound Blaster, so I've got like 2 sets of tapes.
Part of the problem.
And you get the MMC ones.
Yes, when they eventually reissue Fuhrer and Riot.
Yes, I'll be jumping on that as well because I missed them.
Yeah, after I got that Cell Jaguar from TFCon, I was like, all right, I've got the bug.
You got the Corona?
Yes, I do.
You got to be careful saying that nowadays.
I will say in Baltimore, the bug is the worst thing ever. You got the bug.
So, Epyk, question for you: do you have any as far as favorites of the toy lines? Do you have any favorites in the toy lines or movies or TV shows? I know it sounds like you're pretty new to Transformers in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
What have you been exposed to, and have you picked out anything that you really love so far?
Well, I can't say that there's necessarily anything that I love. Like we did, like I said, I went back and watched G1. So I watched the first season, second season. I did watch the movie, which I had seen. That's my second time watching it. The first time I had watched it, didn't really know that much about it. I think that was the Transformers are from the 80s, and that was what I was subjected to at the time, to be like, yes, here's a movie showing me them. So the second time I appreciated much more because I really like Transformers, and so I watched it in order, the seasons, and then
to interrupt a little bit, having an appreciation of anime, did that make you like the movie a little bit better?
Yeah, for sure. No, it is fun to see the older like shows and movies and stuff like that, the animations and everything. But no, I think it was really cool. And then like since I appreciated it more, like watching the movie, I just think like, can't believe they put kids through that. They're like,
You have no idea.
like what? That's just would have been the most terrible thing.
It was.
I hated the movie.
I loved the movie. Like, that's the thing is, like, man, I actually liked Hot Rod, and I liked that he became Rano's Prime, because I was like, wow, we have a leader again.
I was bawling my eyes out when Starscream got freaking toasted.
That movie is why
I was cheering.
That's why
I was
don't
like,
have
he
any emotions
finally got
anymore.
what
It
he
burned down
wanted.
all my emotions.
Yeah, he got it.
So
Finally got what he wanted, and that's the reward. For sticking to your guns, for having an ambition in life, taking what you want.
Well, Dave, it's just like reality.
Look, Dave, he made such an impression that every Starscream figure has to have a coronation set now.
Exactly.
Me, I wasn't sad about Starscream. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. The way he got disintegrated.
I was saddest about Wheeljack.
I couldn't look at a piece of charcoal for a month.
No, I really was like the saddest about Wheeljack. Oh, no, I was pretty sad about Ironhide, but I was the most sad about Wheeljack, to be honest with you.
Ironhide and freaking Prowl, man, those were just like, ouch.
Yeah, those were gut punches for sure.
I wanted the good guys to finally lose. I wanted to see what that was like, because when I watched the cartoon, they always won. But then when I seen it happening, and then when Daniel was crying, I was like, nah. I can barely watch that part now that I'm older. But once Starscream died, I felt like G1 was over. Like he was the end of G1 for me.
yeah,
Like it shouldn't have been called Transformers. I feel like the third season should have been called Generation 2, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like it was in Japan. It was called 2010 or something.
I did not care for Galvatron. I just wanted Megatron back.
Yeah, Galvatron was an acquired
But
taste.
what about the Nimoy voice? Like, you gotta love Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem with like the voice. I just found the character just so
Rating.
Yes.
He was worse than season 3.
Yep. So I haven't gone past season 4 or 3. Yep, 4.
What about Beast Wars, though? Have you
I
tried Beast
haven't
Wars?
watched that yet.
You gotta watch Beast Wars.
It's funny because I've always said that it just looks awful, but then I get told, no, it is the best. And I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you,
absurd.
It looks awful, but
Yeah.
because of the storytelling of it, you forget. And I mean, like, look, I watched it when it was cutting edge,
Mhm.
and then I revisited it,
Same.
and I was like, oh my god, this looks terrible. Like an original Xbox could make better graphics. But the storytelling and the voice acting is so good, and it ties into G1.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
yeah, it's worth your time, and you'll either you will or you won't fall in love with the characters, and that's just kind of how Beast Wars is.
Yeah. No, I am excited to sit down and watch Beast Wars sometime. The only other like cartoons I've watched are the TF Prime. I watched that.
Prime's really good.
I enjoyed that one.
Prime.
I did start watching Transformers Animated.
Yes.
Animated is very good too.
Beast for bringing that into my life.
Yeah, someone's guiding you correctly on these shows. You're picking you're getting the good ones. So.
I have not watched Cyberverse, but people seem to really love it. But I don't know that
This guy seems to like it. Oh, sorry. This guy seems to like it.
It's digestible. It's just
Yeah.
It's
What a
just the
review.
thing about
but it's definitely for kids.
the thing about Cyberverse is and maybe this is like kind of like I don't know, like this is my opinion of it, is it draws little bits and elements of everything that came before. It doesn't do anything original, but it doesn't necessarily do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like TF Animated light.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. There's something like I don't know. We'll see. I might give it a go. I was surprised. Like I didn't actually expect to like the Reanimated show because I don't know. It has like I thought the humor might be a bit more childish or like kiddish or whatever, but I found myself laughing quite a lot watching it, and so that made it super enjoyable. I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. So I gotta finish that. I did watch like the Combiner Wars or like
It's okay.
The Machinima shorts. Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
don't think I
thought
made it
were
through those.
neat. But I'm super excited for the Netflix show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's-
can't wait for that to come out.
We're all hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Netflix show, I think, from what I've seen, it looks good. I just, you know,
Why do you sound so hesitant about it?
I've had my hopes let up by Machinima, and I feel like we're almost in for more of the same.
We'll
You
see.
know, I think like all the shows that like have really impressed us, they've taken risks, and I feel like that was the biggest problem with like the Combiner Wars trilogy. I mean, you had Combiner Wars, Titans Return, Power of the Primes, all on Machinima, and they didn't really take any risks. They were just kind of like paint by the numbers.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that I'm hoping more for, I don't know if you've watched it, the Castlevania Netflix series.
Oh, I love that.
I was just
Yeah.
about to bring that up. I was going to say you could come up with a lot of examples of like good and bad Netflix
Yeah.
shows. So it could go either way. But then stuff like Castlevania gives me hope
Yeah.
for a really good show because Castlevania is a freaking knockout, man.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the Ultraman. I'm hoping it's gonna be like the Ultraman one. That was actually really good.
I can't say
Or-
that I've seen
Or
that.
Voltron, like Voltron.
Voltron,
that took a lot of risks and ended up being great.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the last season of Voltron, and I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't.
So
You're in
good.
quarantine now.
So
Well, it's funny. I've been
good.
quarantined, but my life actually like hasn't changed that much because I already worked from home beforehand. So I feel like I haven't found any extra time.
The last season of Voltron for me was like,
Yeah, I was gonna say like I would think I'm probably among some of the bigger Voltron fans on the show here, and I love the show on Netflix. The last season though, I'm gonna say don't get your hopes up. Like it's
Are you
fine.
saying that maybe I should just leave the show how it is in my mind at 7th season and just be like, I love the show. It's so great. And
Are
then
you contented with where it left off? Like you're happy not revisiting? If that's the case, then yes, by all means. If you have to have closure, it's not terrible, but I think it definitely fell off.
I think the
Yeah,
last
did it do a
3
little
episodes
Game of
are
Thrones
really
on you and just
Yes. And there's
And
like, not to get too into it, but there's a lot
If
of
you like
technical
Game of
stuff.
Thrones, Beast Wars. Just saying.
Well, but she's talking about the last season.
I'm talking about the last season.
Yeah, which was not so. So there's a lot of behind the scenes drama in the Voltron show that happened, and I'm not gonna get into any of that, but like there was a lot of changes and a lot of stuff that got changed against the will of the creators, and stuff kind of you can tell on the show that stuff kind of went downhill. It's still good. Like if you go, I'm not gonna say it's a waste of time. You probably still like it.
What you're saying is about what I've heard, which is probably actually why I didn't get around to watching it, is because I heard a lot of mixed feelings about the last
Turns
season.
out Lance had a twin sister and he tried to bang her.
The Lance sisters.
That might have gone as a better ending. That might have been okay.
Yeah, write up some fan fiction.
You tried to link her.
That's a rabbit hole I will never go down.
Man, I imagine like when we get out of this quarantine, I'm gonna find like a mile worth of like Dave fan fiction somewhere on the internet, and I'm gonna be like,
typing. You just did the whole thing.
You'll find my cookbook out. That's what's gonna happen. You'll find my
no, I'm gonna
cookbook out.
find it, and you're gonna be like, really, Zero? What were you googling? And I'm gonna be too embarrassed to admit. That's what's gonna happen. And then Joe's gonna be there all like this.
Well, I'm being accused of playing on my phone, so this is what's exciting on my phone, not my phone.
He's manipulating a scantily clad plastic figure instead.
Can't blame him.
So next question, like Epyk, how do you set up your display? Like, I mean, I think everybody kind of has like a rhyme and reason to display. What do you do to get yours going?
Well, there's very specific rules in this house for displays. No crammed together straight armed robot posing allowed. It has to be dynamic and cool. And so really we like try to like cycle through stuff. So we go through phases where we want a sweet Megatron versus Optimus type thing. So we'll set them up, and it's just really we just want nice spacing and stuff, and then we just know that we'll, like I said, cycle through stuff as we care about it, or we just like I had for a while in like my little display square. I had like a whole little Ectotron shrine with the different cars and stuff like that. So
Did you get the MP10 Ghostbusters version?
no.
Oh, the cool one.
No, but it's super sweet. It's really cool.
She's looking at it longingly, but thanks for reminding her, Jordan.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
Maybe one day. But no, I didn't get him. But yeah, it's just we just want to like the NECA has pretty much taken up a whole like display shelf area in this guy. Like we got the street scene thing for it and stuff. So that's like its own whole like pretty much permanent display at this point. But any of like the figures, posable figures, we just shuffle those in and out and just make fun little scenes and then move on. And yeah.
Do you order your lighting from anywhere specific? Or...
That's why I had that question on there, because your lighting really impressed me in your video.
Oh, yeah. So the lighting, that's not my department, but it is it connects with our Philips Hue is what it is.
Really?
So it's just
nice. I just saw it change.
Yep. So that's actually just like LED strip 16-foot like real lighting, but then we plug it into a box that then makes it controllable. You can tell I really know my stuff about this.
I have a very small version of that for my photo setup.
Yep. So we ran and they're all connected, like the left doors connect with the left side, the right door with the right sides, and then we've got like separate lighting going up the center, so we can have like dual lighting coming from the edges in the center of the doors. Is pretty much how it goes. And so yeah, that's all. We control it all with like Philips Hue. And then we have two. So that case is what I used to record in front of for my original videos. But then I built two more of these like bookshelf type cases with two Nedbys, which are these little skinny guys with the brick heads on them. And that's what I record more of in front of now because it's over here in more open area. But yeah, it's all buy the lighting and hook it into the smart boxes, I'm going to call it. That's what I'm dubbing it. Smart boxes to be controlled with Philips Hue. So, yeah. Those are just bought on Amazon. I don't know. They're just LED strips.
No, like lighting is difficult to set up. I mean, that's like one thing that I have not done yet.
Yeah.
So
it was a whole process. The soldering and cutting and doing all the measuring the length of everything. So yeah, no, it was not something to look forward to. But once I got it done, it's super great and really. I
was going to say the end result came out pretty well. So that's
it's very cool, very nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
I like your rule too about not having crammed like A-stance figures, because I'm guilty of that just because I have stuff that I want to display and I don't have enough room for everything. But I think that is an excellent rule, that there has to be some kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
To the display.
I mean, if it was, I admit that I might have a little more squished display, but the other person living in this house, no.
Other parties.
I think the thing is
on one shelf. No.
I think the thing is you invite T-Man over to your house for an afternoon and he'll start posing figures.
He does, yes, that is his thing. I mean, when he's paying attention and actually involved with the show, he's really good at posing figures. But when he's not, he's just like half asleep.
So, aside from T-Man 978, who you mentioned, do you have any reviewers that you watch or your like go-tos?
Yeah, so Bobby Skullface is someone who I always enjoy his content. Thew, I like Thew's reviews, and Jobby also.
I don't think anybody doesn't like Jobby. Well, except for Kevin Womack in the chat. He hates Jobby for whatever reason.
Well, I find him amusing. I will laugh. But yeah, so and then I have like a review from Retro Nerd.
A retro nostalgic nerd.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Today is actually his birthday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll watch his stuff. And then, yeah, off the top of my head, those are the main channels I can think of. But it's really, and then like, you know, I get the other guys, Chris McFeely. He doesn't do reviews, he does like the history of or whatever. And I always really like his stuff. And then also Optimus Wilbur is someone who I like checking out his videos.
That one I haven't heard of.
Yeah, so he's the only one that I wasn't sure about.
Yeah.
But everybody else I like, and I'm happy you didn't mention other people.
Yeah, T is very particular.
Slightly.
So Matt, you had another question there beyond reviews. What did you mean by that?
I don't know. I gotta go back and look. Video content beyond reviews. I don't know. Like you already have some Lego builds, stuff like that. Anything that's not that you're currently doing that you would like to branch off into.
You like how I've got my other, like how I randomly have a music video on my channel or two,
Like
and
that.
my hula hoop videos. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make myself just put content out. I'm actually quite shy and stuff, and I usually am a perfectionist, so I feel like I don't like putting stuff out unless it's absolutely great
Seal
and I'm
approval.
happy with it. But I like started doing a thing where it's like, well, I like hula hooping, so why don't I just share that and have fun with it? And it can be a cool thing. I can do special videos for like my OnlyFans or whatever. So, I will do like those types of videos. The music videos are just a fun thing to show people other little hobbies that I have. Like I play the saxophone, I'll play saxophone and stuff. So do that. And then, but there's not like anything necessarily that I've got in mind that I want to do otherwise than the toy stuff. I just try to think of what are my hobbies and how can I share them.
Okay. I was
So-
thinking like you said you just recently watched G1 and went like if you'd sit down and do like an overview, like, hi, I've never seen this before. I just went through all this and
Almost like a
here's my
reaction
thoughts.
video.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
I did one of the things I am actually thinking about doing. I haven't fleshed it out fully, but like comic reading, I'll say made the mistake. But one time I read a comic out loud to my husband, amusing myself, and thought it was interesting. And then he's like, "We need to make videos of you reading comics and you doing all these voices." And I'm like, God, I don't know about that. But that might be a thing I do. Comic reading, do like a little video scrolling through the panels and reading and stuff. I've heard it will be amusing. So yeah.
You've actually inspired. He hasn't said anything about it yet, but you've inspired T-Man here to do T's topless reviews. He's going to start those starting maybe not next week. He's going to wait for it to warm up a little bit, but once it warms up, he wants the T and T-Man to stand for tatas.
I don't have the confidence to do that. So I think it's a great thing that you're able to do what you do.
Thanks.
I would lose subscribers if I did it.
I don't know, T.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you might gain
You
one
don't
for
know.
everyone you lose.
True. There are a few people
I'm building the market up. So
That's true. You just piggyback on what she's doing.
Yeah. Some of the comments I get are kind of weird, and they might enjoy that.
Yeah, I know. I have to be like your Jiminy Cricket sometimes. I'm like, T-Man, don't tell them that you hate them.
I will say that's been the hardest part of this is like finding the people who will be interested and will watch it and stuff, because since it's topless and then adult rated, it's like you can't put it into the like Reddit, Transformers Reddit, because kids and family things and stuff. So it's like trying to reach out and like get the people. It's like one person at a time.
Yeah. Like how do you manage with like some of like the super cringy comments?
Yeah, that's
Like-
always
They
the-
really do not bother me. I always get little giggles and laughs out of them and stuff or whatever. And honestly, I I know what I'm doing. So like I'm not surprised by the comments I get. I get that my boobs are out
There, yeah.
and everything. So it's like I know that
I
I'm
hope
setting
so.
myself up. I know that I'm setting myself up for the comments or messages I get. And
That would be funny though, to be like, what? They were out the whole time? I had no
Brand new
idea.
information.
Yeah.
yeah. But no, so I never like to give anyone a hard time and stuff. Because I get it. I'm naked on the internet.
I guess I have one last question. Do you have like a like one thing that, like, you know, since you've gotten into this, I mean, we touched base on Grails. Is there one thing that like you really wish you could own / review?
Oh, follow up. Is there something that you wish was made
For you to review,
but it isn't made yet?
Oh man.
Or we might be able to confirm that actually does exist.
Yeah, because the Fans Toys is apparently making a Fortress Maximus, which, you know, you got to like contact your mortgage company about.
Right. Get a room made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually have. Is that the? He's got like the little head dude already, like he's coming out. And, yeah, I have seen that. That is actually really cool. Man, so what
I know
really
you want the rest of those 7 Deadly Sins figures, right?
Yes, I really do want the rest of the 7 Deadly Sins collection. And what I'm super excited about, side note, is that they're then coming out with the 7 Virtues. It's supposed to. So they came out with the figures first, made a show about them, and now they're gonna like do the other half as 7 Virtues. And so I want to get those. But I do really wish something that they're not going to make that I wish they would make so I could have would be like the Earthrise combiners. Just I would think it'd be so sweet to have a Earthrise Devastator. Just a official.
I was gonna say, we know somebody that works for Hasbro. He's an awesome, awesome person, and with him, never say never.
that's true.
All right, well, that's what I'm holding my hopes out for, because I just think it would be so cool to see those. Actually, what I do really want, now that I'm thinking about it, I really want the Nicey. I want that Nicey figure, and I will review the heck out of her. I think it's super cool.
Me, Joe, and Matt want her.
Well, you were advocating for the Windblade kit too, right? Yeah.
Yep, I will be getting that as well. But yeah, that Nicey figure.
Now, I guess a quick question on that. Like, can you weigh in on that Windblade kit? Because like, I don't think that the controversy was due.
I can weigh in on it. I have already, but I think it was a bit silly for people to get so outraged about it. It's just a figure. It's a piece of art. It's a variation of Windblade. I think where all of the chaos around it was by people who didn't like it, calling people who do like it terrible people, sexist and all that stuff. And then that's where all the rage started, because then you have people being like, who would want this? What a pig. And it's like, well, I want it. Why are you calling me a pig just because you don't like it? It's just
Right.
Don't buy it if you don't like it. It's just a figure. It's not.
I mean, honestly, I think if people buy it, it just kind of cements Windblade's popularity, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know why you're
the character.
excited that they're taking the time to make this figure into a kit. Like, that's super awesome. And now it just shows that she's gaining more popularity to be made into a kit, and that people want it and want to buy it. And on top of it, the figure to me isn't even that offensive in any way. It's not even like it's that overtly sexual. And then I would say, even if they did make super big boobs and big butt, so what? Like, what was wrong with that? You know, it's just don't buy it then.
Keep saying Black Arachnia. Nobody's got a problem with their everything that exists.
She even has like shadows and nipples on her.
You're right, exactly.
But
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head too. It's like people, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And ultimately, if the thing doesn't sell, like there you go. Then people really didn't like it. But
And then I feel like don't be surprised when you're calling people sexist and pigs and all these things. Don't be surprised then when they get mad at you and are like upset that you're saying these things, because how is that supposed to make anyone feel? Because now all of a sudden I have to like almost feel ashamed or embarrassed that I want this Windblade figure because somehow it's not okay and it's bad.
Well, I mean, when both with Nicey and the Windblade, I showed those both to my wife, and I'm like, well, "Can you see what people are up for?" And she's like, "Huh?"
The thing about like Flame Toys is that like even the male figures have like they have
Huge crotch.
emphasized pecs and
Oh, yeah.
crotches.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't meet up to as much as confident as I am with myself. I cannot meet those standards. I'm sorry.
Especially that
Wrestling
500
fantasies left and
outfit.
right. I do
Yeah.
not meet those standards,
those
I
epic
can.
pelvic thrusts, man, it's just
and that's what drives you insane.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that Windblade was, like, if they would have kept her in like vanilla poses, since they like focused in a pose that definitely showed her butt, people started looking at it as a sexual
I
thing.
think that's the thing, man. Like to your point, T man, like that's where like the East and the West differ. It's
Yeah.
like in the East, like that stuff flies. And you can't really market for the East and then say, "Oh, hey, West, you were never meant to see this."
Right.
The East and the West difference on how we portray the North and the South, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I
can
heard that
quote
they
me
were
on
doing-
that.
I heard they were doing some of that on purpose.
The RC or RC, wasn't there like people were mad kind of about her like pinup pose, but it was referencing the original G1.
Yeah, they were upset with like the protoform
like,
of Zayla.
Yeah.
Like so, Chigo King is like he awesome person. We've actually had him on the show, and just probably the most amazing artist that I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. And people were upset with how he depicted RC, and a lot of the inspiration comes from Fritz Lang and Metropolis, but people were upset with how he depicted the third party figure, and people have been upset with how Takara has depicted RC. And it's unfortunate. You really can't win in a situation.
Well, and I think what it is that it ties into the whole kind of issue, so to say, around feminism. It's that they're acting like somehow it's putting women down, but then they're like mad that the woman's sexy. And that I kind of touched on this in my when I was on transmissions. It's like for some reason we can't have like sexy, beautiful women in a lot of things anymore, like in video games or in figures and stuff. It's like somehow it's oppressive to women that we're sexualizing them, but like what, I don't understand what's wrong with it, because
It's like Mortal Kombat 11.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, no, like Mortal Kombat 11, like you got like big muscular dudes with no shirt, and then like you have like the women, they're all covered up, and it's like you can't have both. And I think you can. I really think you can.
Yeah, I think we need to just, I don't know. It's like people don't want to accept that there are women who can be strong and sexy and beautiful and stuff. And even if they aren't, like I don't know why we're so against having like sexy women anymore and stuff. Because it's not like that's holding women back or putting them down.
No.
I looked up to sexy women.
I mean, I've heard it said more often than not that it's more empowering than anything.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you're making strong women favorable.
Yeah,
it's like
Ripley.
you're like It's like my favorite video game character of all time is Samus. Period. And like she is not sexualized, but my favorite depiction of Samus is her with the helmet off. Not Zero Suit Samus, but just Samus with the helmet off.
Mm-hmm.
And there's femininity to it. There's strength, there's femininity, and there's like kind of like this sexiness where you like see like this strong power armor, but you see like this feminine face, and like you're like,
Well, and
yeah, like
also in all these things too, there shouldn't be anything wrong with acknowledging who your market is. And a lot of them are adult males.
yeah.
What adult males like sexy women. So what's wrong with that?
Hey, I like battle armor. Thank you very much.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
absolutely.
get more battle armor with a swimsuit. I don't know if you know that.
He's more into the Minecraft character physiques, the blonde kind of square head. You should read his fan fiction. It's kind of creepy.
So, any questions for us? Want to hit us with anything?
Yeah, open it up to the audience.
Turn it. No, let Epyk ask us. We've been subjected.
Oh, well, good point.
Oh man,
She probably has too many questions about you, Dave, that it would be another 2-hour podcast.
yeah, like, are you really a Starscream fan? Because I don't. Where are
What do
they?
you do?
He over there. 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 Over there. Over there.
Well, what
Everywhere
are-
but in frame. How about that?
what's your favorite Starscream figure, Dave?
Oh, that's actually a very good question. I think my favorite is probably torn between the Prime version, the first edition Prime one, or the Make Toys Galaxy Force version of them. Those are
Oh,
probably
Galaxy
my two
Man of the
favorites.
Year.
Yeah.
Really? That's surprising.
Hmm.
It's a good figure, but I wouldn't think you'd pick that as one of your favorites.
Those two are actually my two favorite versions of Starscream.
Okay.
Because
The very one T-Man is holding.
Does it
Yeah.
bother you that Starscream's kind of like whiny, a little whiny character?
He's a whiny.
He
dude.
relates.
catch me on a bad day.
Right.
I'd be lying. I'd be lying.
What are your Starscream? Obviously, true Starscreamer is your guy. What about the rest of you? What are your favorite? What's your
Swindle, actually.
Swindle?
Yes. My main profession, I'm in sales. So
He relates.
I relate to him very, very well, actually.
So for me, like, I may have an Optimus Prime shrine, but I also love Grimlock, and I actually have a Grimlock
Grimlock.
tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And probably my second tattoo will be among the winners. There's no room for the weak.
Oh, nice. Do you have the Dinobots? They were coming out with one at a time. Man, I can't remember what they are. But like there was the Gigapower.
I have the Fans Toys Masterpiece
Okay.
Dinobots.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the Gigapower ones are cool, but the Fans Toys ones, I have all of the Fans Toys ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Grimlock. I will say I loved him in the comics. I loved how just BA he was, and then obviously he's just kind of comedy relief in the cartoons.
Yeah, I love him in the comics. I also love him in the line continuity, which includes the video games.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yep, he was pretty sweet in those two.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe? What's your favorite character?
I don't know if I like to say I've got a favorite. I probably have more Goku figures than anything because I've probably got like 20 of them.
Joe, I think you're an Optimus Prime guy.
Well,
Yeah.
I got a lot of Primes. I got a lot of Gokus. I got a lot of Godzillas.
Do you have anime girls? Is that
Yeah, I have anime girls, but I don't have just one anime girl that.
well? You can't just have one.
Yeah. that
If you could, though, it would be, even though it's not an anime girl, you would have Gal Gadot.
I got plenty of Gal Gadot.
Just a
You know
one
what?
for
You know
one.
what? If I had to say I have a
I
favorite
put on my
anime
phone.
girl,
I can't play music.
and I think Epyk will agree with this. If I had a favorite anime girl, and she's not necessarily a sexualized character, it's Mikasa Ackerman.
Ooh, yes, yes,
She's-
great choice.
I've got her Figma, and I've got a.
Is the
I think it's-
Figma?
I think it makes it, but
I
I've got a
almost got
statue.
that, and then ended up not. Do you like the Figma of her?
Mhm.
Sweet.
She's from Attack on Titan, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made it through halfway through the first season, and I got too depressed.
Oh, it is such a great show. It's so
I'm
amazing.
actually behind on that show though. I think I'm like a whole season behind on it.
Oh man,
But,
I heard people saying they didn't like know how to feel about the third season, so I went into it a little apprehensive. But by the end, I just love it. It's
I
great.
know a lot of crazy stuff happens. Like
Yeah.
it just really goes, like this show, it goes off the rails.
Yeah. Yep. No. So I have the Captain Levi, the 1/6 scale figure, and then I have the Nendroid of him and Aaron. But I want to get the whole little Nendroid set of them, of all the little Attack on Titan figures. It's the best. So what about you, Matt? Favorite?
I wrestle with this, but I have to go with Laserbeak. It's always been one of my favorite Transformers.
Nice.
Because unlike some people, he never fails.
He never fails. Yeah, he was him and Ravage, the most reliable Decepticons, and they just keep them tucked away in Soundwave.
Yep.
I actually have from TFCon last year. I have a artist Casey Kohler did a Laserbeak sketch for me. Was one of my favorite pieces I have in my collection. But Laserbeak's always been one of my favorites. That and non-Transformers, I'm a Voltron guy too. Besides,
Oh yeah, I have the Lego Voltron. I got that, and that's super cool. And then I do have another little Voltron guy, but I don't remember what version he is. But yeah.
the little chibi Voltron, like the
No, it's like it's
The
from
Funko
the
Pop?
it's based off the Netflix show. There's a
Oh, yeah.
small one, and then there's like a bigger one. I got
Yeah.
the smaller guy.
Oh, the metal one, yeah.
Metal.
Yep.
Mine just broke.
T
Just
broke
now?
a figure? Surprising.
Oh no, not just now. I put it in a tote, and then when I went to get it, the little joint for the green line had snapped off.
Oh man.
I got too many Voltrons. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence.
because it's not a thing. Nobody has too many Voltrons. Stop.
What about you, T-Man? What's your favorite character or figure?
Ugh. I don't have any. I collect way too much stuff. I guess my top one, as far as Transformers, would be the 6 that Bobby just mentioned:
Mhm.
Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, Starscream.
Dude, you are Bumblebee all the way. When you heard that voice actor, you almost cried.
Oh yeah.
I don't really like Bumblebee.
When I was younger,
Me neither.
let's see, I flip flopped so much. When I was super young, I definitely liked Bumblebee because I thought I just liked how cute and small he was.
Mm-hmm.
Episodes that stand out to me was like the one when they were like jumping over, the Autobots were jumping over a cliff and the ground started opening up and Bumblebee started falling off the edge in car mode and Wheeljack grabbed him by the bumper and picked him up. But then after that, I started really liking the Decepticons the most because I felt like their personalities stood out way more than the Autobots. All the Autobots might as well have been the same person.
That's how I feel. I find when I was trying to decide on the characters I want to get tattoos of, I found I have 2 Autobots and 2 Decepticons, and I found that I had way more Decepticons. I'm like, ooh, yeah. And then I think about Autobots, and I'm like, they're all like the same to me. They don't really stand out as their own personality, really. So I get that.
Also, T had like more access to Decepticons.
Because I'm evil.
Oh. Maybe because your mom. Maybe because your mom was. She bought you more of them. It's like, here's Thrust.
Oh, yes,
He's a bad guy.
That was my first N-Bot Seeker. But Starscream was my first. Starscream and Windcharger were my first Transformers. It took me forever to get this guy. Who I still have to review.
Yeah, but that's a long list, right?
Yes. I should never go a day without having a review because there's so much stuff I haven't reviewed.
Yeah,
Well,
see,
now
I
you're
mean, even T-Man
they're
that sticks to
tracking
a
you at
rigid
work now.
schedule.
So.
I said, even T-Man that sticks to a rigid schedule.
It's like when we exit quarantine. When we exit quarantine, T's gonna be like, there was time
There was time now.
It was finally time.
Yeah, at work, I was like, you know what? I wish I could do this review. I have the energy. But now that I'm home, I want to play video games.
It doesn't help that Final Fantasy VII Remake came out.
And RE3.
You should be done that in a few hours.
Yeah, I'll finish that. But before that, I started playing Horizon again, and I started playing Breath of the Wild again.
Jeez, man,
You got a full
can't
plate.
I can't jump around like that.
Yeah, I had to stop in the middle with Breath of the Wild because Final Fantasy came out. But I'm about to beat that again. I'm about to beat that. So. And then Nintendo did that update to change the controls around, which I really wanted for Zelda.
And the Switch is getting ready to come out with Crisis Remastered, and you get to play Crisis for the first time.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I
God, Crisis. That game that takes me back.
Yeah, it's like one of the most influential first-person shooters of all time, and now it's coming out on the Switch.
That used to melt PCs when that came out.
Yeah.
What about
But,
Tekken? Does anyone here play Tekken?
Yeah, I played Tekken up until 6. Like I never really got into 7. I was waiting for like a Game of the Year version of 7 to come out, and they never really did.
I played the Revolution, like the online one, and then the 7 came out, and I got that, but they got rid of my characters that I played with, so then I just kind of stopped because I didn't want to have to relearn a new.
Who is your character?
Kunimitsu was my
Okay.
favorite. I really liked.
Very nice.
I also played with JC. And both of them we just don't put them in 7, I guess. So then I kind of just out of bitterness kind of boycotted it because I was like, well, I want to have to like fall in love with new characters, but then also learn all their moves. So
Right.
Yeah, my favorite
I'm a
character
Brian
is.
Fury guy myself.
Hey,
we got
me
some
too,
not-
Dave.
Huh?
Me too. I was always a Brian character, like a Brian guy.
yeah.
You take care of Cybertronian Beast. We appreciate.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I played part 3 on the PlayStation 1. What I couldn't get used to was you had to really memorize those combos. It wasn't
That's
like
why
easy moves to just do.
Yeah.
don't play Killer Instinct then. That's even worse.
Oh, I used to love Killer Instinct on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, don't play it on Xbox One.
You got to memorize and
Yeah. Especially those shadow moves.
I gave up. That's what a few times I gave up. I'm like, I paid for a game. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
So does the Xbox version have Orchid's flasher finisher?
No.
It
Then-
does not.
Then that
the-
answers any question.
Yeah, they kind of got rid of the finishers in the Killer Instinct remake.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've run our course.
Hostage too long.
What's that, T?
So we kept Epyk hostage too long.
I think so.
I have not been hostage. I could have hung up at any time.
Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed your time with us.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't say that.
That's a
We'll go ahead. We'll get some where you at, and we'll call it a night. Starting off with our good friend True Star Screamer. Where can people find your amazing photography?
You can always find me on my Instagram at TrueStarScreamer. And of course, once again, the current campaign, get one of my current photos up to 100 likes. I will drink the pickle beer. So
Just send it to me. I'll drink it for free.
I can't. Yeah, it's a local. Well, I don't know.
No, I want it. I love pickle juice, man.
Are you pregnant?
Yes.
Okay.
It was an easy answer.
Yeah.
And it came so
was.
quick.
He is prepared.
It was.
I'll tell you, I came quick. T-Man 978. If people can't
Best
use
segue
Google,
ever.
if people can't use Google, where can they find you and all of your content?
You can find me here in this rectangle again every Thursday. But follow me on Instagram. I post
Really?
crap there, and I want Like,
Is it crap?
Yeah, it's crap sometimes. Well, you
Oh,
know what?
wow.
That picture of Black Widow that I put up, I get a whole bunch of likes for that every day. That random picture. I don't know who shared that somewhere, but it constantly gets likes and it's over a week old.
I told you there's something about that picture that's striking. It's a good picture.
I like it, but I've done pictures like that before, so it just I can't understand Instagram. But follow me on Instagram.
Joe, where can we find you?
I'm here every Thursday, and you know, I'm thinking I'm going to come out of a picture retirement, so the next new figure that I get, which I'm hoping is Toy World Prime. Keep an eye out on our Figure Action Instagram, and I'll come out of retirement because it's been quite a while since I've taken a picture and posted it on Instagram.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Clearly, you have inspiration there. You just have to implement it.
Yeah. Trust me, I got plenty of stuff here, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Matt, Hardformer.
I don't know if I can follow that. Joe's so full of energy. I don't know. It seems like he's overshadowing the rest.
Where can people follow your big dick energy?
Hi, I'm Matt. Hardformer on the Instagrams and the Xboxes, and just type that in. You'll find me. I'm here. Hashtag big dick energy, apparently.
All right. And Epyk, where can people find you at? We'll have this all posted in our video information. So, if you're watching,
say it anyway.
But make sure you let everybody know.
Yeah. So epyksuicide.com has all of my links. Funny enough, it routes to all my links.com. But there you'll find links to all my socials. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and you got the Vimeo link to my Topless Toy series everyone can check out. And then also there on epyksuicide.com, you can get a link to like my OnlyFans, $5 a month for a bunch of fun content. So yeah, that's where you can head to.
I'm pretty sure you've got a bunch of followers in the middle of this.
There you go.
Actually, I think she brought more people to us than we were bringing in. Just saying. Jordan, how about you?
Well, as for me, you can find me on the Facebook groups as James Jordan. You can find me on Xbox Live as Extra Zero, all one word. PlayStation Network. It's actually Xbox Live was Extra Space Zero, all one word on PlayStation Network. You can find me on Instagram as Extra_0. You can find me on. I've actually reactivated my Twitter, so you can find me back there as Extra Zero. And of course, you can find me here with this fine crew every Thursday night on the official Figure Action channel. It's been great having y'all. It's been great being here. It's been great having our guest Epyk tonight. So we hope to see you all live here next week, Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we hope you all have a wonderful weekend, wonderful night, and we'll see you all again. Peace out.
Distancing.
Keep social distancing.
Or not.